City of Aberdeen. Aberdeen is located on the North Sea coast of Scotland, at the mouth of the Dee and Don rivers. It is the third largest city in Scotland with a population of over 200,000. This city, which is a busy port city, is important for the Scottish fishing industry and the commercial centre of North East Scotland. Aberdeen is an important transportation centre where land, sea, and air routes intersect. The port, located at the mouth of the Dee River, is constantly being developed. It is the main port of northern Scotland. The city's coat of arms shows 3 silver towers on a red background. This motif dates back to the time of Scottish King Robert the Bruce. The buildings on the 3 hills of Aberdeen in the Middle Ages are Aberdeen Castle on Castle Hill, or today's Castlegate, the City Gate on Port Hill, and a church on St. Catherine's Hill. The shield on the coat of arms is located between 2 leopards. The city trades with Scandinavian and Baltic countries. The development of steam and diesel fishing vessels has made it an important fishing port for the whole of the Highlands of Scotland. The city is Scotland's leading fish processing centre. Aberdeen City has a chemical and chemical fertiliser factory and the largest granite-producing factory in England, as well as port industries. Oil and gas-related industries, engineering, fish processing, paper making, textiles, construction and transport technologies are among the industries of Aberdeen City. In 1969, the rich oil fields found in the North Sea developed and enriched Aberdeen City. Thus, Aberdeen City became the offshore oil capital of Europe. In these years, 94,700 people worked in the city. 200 new companies were established in the city and 6,000 foreign workers settled in that period. Thus, the construction of houses, workplaces, and schools accelerated. In 1970, the increase in port revenues was 15 times. Around 800 hectares of industrial land was allocated to the oil technology industry. By 1998, the population of Aberdeen City had increased to 150,000. 1/3 of these people worked in oil-related industries. Approximately 50% of Aberdeen is open countryside devoted to arable farming and grazing, although 1/3 of the total land area is urban. The geology of the city is Dalragian, formed 540 million years ago. It consists of intrusive igneous granites and quartz mica schist. There is a 720-kilometre-long belt of highly metamorphosed sedimentary and volcanic rocks of the late Precambrian and early Cambrian period in the southeast of the Scottish Highlands. Rubislaw Hill, 3 kilometres beyond the Dee Bridge, provided the city with grey granite stone for over 200 years until it was closed in 1971. This quarry has been described as the largest granite pit in Europe. Due to the abundance of granite buildings, Aberdeen has become known among the public as Granite City. The city is also known as Silver City due to the grey colour of the granite type. The granite type in this geography shines like silver due to the high mica mineral content. Aberdeen is known as one of the luckiest regions in Britain. The reason is that many people have become rich through lottery games. It has given rise to many lottery millionaires. The AB postcode is known as one of the luckiest postcodes in England and Scotland. Legendary singer and songwriter Annie Lennox was born on Christmas Day, December 25, 1954, in Aberdeen. Lennox has been described as one of the most original and unforgettably influential artists in the modern history of popular music. Lennox earned his living as a young man working in fish canneries in Aberdeen. Aberdeen has the world's longest-running newspaper. It was first published in 1747 as Aberdeen's Journal. It changed its name in 1922 when it merged with the Free Press's newspaper. The Press and Journal is Scotland's oldest newspaper. Self-adhesive paper and envelopes were invented in the city of Aberdeen in the late 1890s. The city was the largest producer of envelopes in Scotland. Climate. Aberdeen has an oceanic climate with mild winter temperatures due to its northern location, but is statistically the coldest city in the United Kingdom. The length of the day in December is very short. The time between sunrise and sunset in winter is 6 hours and 41 minutes. It reaches 8 hours and 20 minutes by the end of January. The lowest temperature in winter was measured in December 2010, at -16.8 degrees Celsius. Days are 18 hours long in summer, with 17 hours and 55 minutes until sunset. The hottest day was measured on March 25, 2012, at 21.6 degrees Celsius. History of the city. There were originally 2 separate settlements in the Aberdeen region. Old Aberdeen is where the cathedral and university buildings are located on the banks of the Don River. New Aberdeen was the site of a trading and fishing village on the banks of the Dee River. Old Aberdeen, thought to have been founded in 580 by Street Machar, a disciple of the Celtic missionary Street Columba, later became the centre of the Aberdeen diocese. The charter granted to the people of Aberdeen by King William the Lion in 1179, granting commercial privileges, is the oldest charter that has survived to the present day. In 1683, the old rights of the city of Aberdeen were reaffirmed with the Great Charter. In 1214, King Alexander II of Britain granted a royal charter to the local representatives of Scotland, called burgesses, the right to establish guilds. This formation was used as the formation of the local council and authority in the affairs of the town. The guild was an integral part of the council for over 700 years and played a significant role in the growth and development of Aberdeen. In 1319, the Great Charter of Robert the Bruce, the Scottish king who fought for Scottish independence, made Aberdeen a freehold and financially independent community. During the Wars of Scottish Independence, Aberdeen was under English control. In 1308, Robert the Bruce laid siege to Aberdeen Castle and executed the English garrison in the town. The area was occupied and completely destroyed by King Edward III of England in 1336. It was later rebuilt and expanded. As a result of the charters granted in 1489 and 1498, the city of Aberdeen became a free borough under church administration. The remnants of this religious authority survived until 1891, when the borough was merged with New Aberdeen. During the Wars of the Three Kingdoms in 1644 and 1647, the city was plundered by armies of both sides. In 1644, the city was captured and plundered by royalist troops as a result of the Battle of Aberdeen. The bubonic plague epidemic in 1687 and 1688 killed 8.5% of the city's population. These epidemics and wars affected the city's economic and demographic structure. A new town hall was built in the 18th century. The first social services in the city were established in 1739 with the Aberdeen Infirmary at Woolmanhill and in 1800 with the Aberdeen Lunatic Asylum. After the Napoleonic Wars, Aberdeen's economy collapsed and the Depression began in 1817. The city's economy subsequently recovered. Shipbuilding and fishing industries helped the economy develop, resulting in the construction of the current port, including Victoria Dock and South Breakwater, and the extension of the North Pier. Gas street lighting arrived in 1824. In 1830, water was pumped from the River Dee to a reservoir at Union Place, creating an improved water system. In 1865, the open sewer system was removed and a closed underground sewer system was introduced. In 1891 it expanded by incorporating the neighbouring towns of Old Aberdeen and Woodside, as well as the Tory area on the south bank of the River Dee. Aberdeen was attacked 32 times by German Luftwaffe aircraft during the Second World War. The most devastating and violent attacks occurred on Wednesday, the 21st of April 1943. 29 Luftwaffe Dornier 217 bombers, taking off from Stavanger, Norway, attacked the city between 22:17 and 23:04. In these attacks, 127 incendiary high-explosive cluster bombs were dropped, killing 98 civilians and 27 soldiers. "12,000 homes were damaged or destroyed. Aberdeen was identified by HSBC in 2012 as one of 8 supercities that contribute to and lead the UK economy. In 2018, it was named the best city in the UK to start a business in a study by card payments company Payment Sense. City architecture. The city's 13th and 14th century streets can be found near the Old Market and the new commercial centre, Castlegate. Market Cross, dating from 1686, is one of the oldest well-preserved markets in the area. Nearby are Provost Skeen's House, dating from the 17th century, now a local history museum, and Provost Ross's House, dating from 1593. The buildings lining Aberdeen's broad Main Street, Union Street, are examples of the use of local granite. The magnificent town halls, combining medieval pointed roofs and towers with modern elements, contain valuable charters, rooks, and the most complete documentation of any Scottish town. Aberdeen Town House. The Town Hall in Castle Street. It is the headquarters of Aberdeen City Council and the seat of the Aberdeen Sheriff Court. It was designed by architects Peddy and Kinnear in the Scottish baronial style and completed in 1874. The building is in neo-Gothic style. A 5-story clock tower with a pointed tip is located on the west side. The impressive tower is one of the most important symbols of the city. It reflects the wealth and confidence of Aberdeen City as a merchant city in the 19th century. The finely timbered reception rooms are decorated with portraits of the Lord Provost. There is also a board with the names of philanthropists in the city. On Union Street is St. Nicholas Church. This church consists of 2 parts. One is the 13th century transept and spire, built by James Gibbs in 1755. The other is the East Church built by Archibald Simpsons in 1838. The Brig o' Balgownie Bridge over the Don River, dating from 1320, and the Old Bridge over the Dee River, dating from 1527, are architectural structures that have survived from the Middle Ages to the present day. The Brig o' Balgownie Bridge is the oldest bridge in Scotland. It is built of granite and sandstone. After the Don Bridge was built in 1831, the Brig o' Balgownie Bridge ceased to be an important route. Now this bridge is an ancient monument. Among the important buildings are the Concert Hall in the neoclassical style dating from 1822 and the Marischal College building, said to be the largest granite building in the world and started in 1844 by Archibald Simpson. The University of Aberdeen was formed by the merger of 2 medieval schools, one the Catholic King's College, dating from 1494, and the other the Protestant Marischal College, dating from 1593. The University of Aberdeen became one of the world's 5 oldest English-speaking universities in 1495. In 1495, William Elphinstone, Bishop of Aberdeen, founded King's College to teach theology, medicine, and the liberal arts. Named in honour of King James IV, its first principal was the distinguished historian and humanist Hector Boece. Other educational institutions include the Robert Gordon Institute of Technology, the Macaulay Institute of Soil Research, and the Rowett Research Institute, specialising in agriculture and fisheries. The grammar school is an old medieval institution that prepares for university. St. Machar Cathedral. Located in the north of the city. It is a granite stone reinforced structure that was started to be built in 1424. The coats of arms formed in 3 rows on the wooden roof of St. Machar Cathedral symbolise a multi-structured power structure in Europe and Scotland. Respectively, there are religious power, Scottish political power and European power. Each row represents the power hierarchy in its own kingdom. With the changes brought by the Scottish Reformation in 1560, St. Machar lost its cathedral status. Most of its treasures and lands were sold. The church was seriously damaged in a violent storm in 1688. Machar Cathedral is today part of the Presbyterian Church of Scotland. The structure has undergone many extensive restorations to the present day. The cathedral has extraordinary stained glass windows made by famous artists such as Marjorie Kemp, Margaret Chilton, and Douglas Strachan between 1870 and 1953. Bishops lie in the tombs inside the cathedral. In the graves outside are the bodies of many famous Scottish academics and artists, such as the Scottish painter Robert Brough, the important 19th-century academic Sir William Dugald Geddes, the Scottish astronomer Sir David Gill, the Scottish mathematician Professor Hector Munro MacDonald, and the reformist and creator of the cooperative state concept James Leatham. St. Andrew's Cathedral. Located in the city centre, the church was raised to chapel status in 1817 and then to cathedral status in 1914. Designed by Scottish architect Archibald Simpson in the Perpendicular Gothic style, it is built on three sides of Aberdeen's famous grey granite stone, with a facade facing King Street being constructed of sandstone for economic reasons. Samuel C. Berry, the first bishop of the Episcopal Church in the United States, was ordained a priest at St. Andrew's Church in 1784. He was consecrated here by the free and independent bishops, marking the birth of the Aberdeen Anglican Communion. Gilcomston Church. An evangelical church in Union Street. Home to Scotland's most prominent evangelical congregation, which preaches Bible-based expository sermons. Built in 1868 by architect William Smith, in sandstone and granite. The arches and window frames are of red and black granite. The structure is in the Gothic style. The church has a beautiful bell tower. The slender tower was added in 1875. Ardo House Hotel and Spa. Built in 1878 by a local soap merchant, Alexander Ogston, as a baronial house. After a long period as a family home, it opened its doors to guests and tourists in 1947 as a hotel. The hotel's architecture is a fairy-tale structure with its castle-like style and towers. Athol Hotel. One of the city's best-known inns, the Athol Hotel was built as a private residence in 1892. It became a hotel in 1946 and was licensed to operate under the name Athol Hotel in 1963. The hotel is made of granite stone specific to the city. Museums. Aberdeen Maritime Museum. Contains displays showing the modern oil industry and the city's fishing and shipping history. Overlooking the harbour, the museum tells the story of the city's maritime and shipbuilding heritage. Inside the museum, you will see models of ships, naval equipment, petrol station platforms and beautiful paintings of maritime subjects. Aberdeen Art Gallery. Popular attraction in the city. It houses a significant fine art collection, including examples of 19th, 20th and 21st century art. There is also a decorative art exhibition. Gordon Highlanders Museum. The Gordon Highlanders Regiment had a reputation as one of the most effective and reliable regiments in the British Army. In its 200-year history, the regiment was awarded 19 Gordon Highlanders decorations and the Victoria Cross, the highest order of bravery. 11 of these medals are on display in the museum. This museum covers 200 years of war history, from the Napoleonic Wars, India, Afghanistan, South Africa, the World Wars and the Cold War. The museum is located in the former home of Scottish artist Sir George Read. It displays historic weapons, firearms and medals. It has a beautiful garden and children can try on military uniforms. Provost Skene's House Museum. Dating from 1545, it is the oldest surviving townhouse in Aberdeen. It displays some of the pioneering people of Aberdeen and the northeast of Scotland. Duff House. A Georgian manor house in Banff, Aberdeenshire. It is a 3-storey ashlar structure. Duff House was built for William Duff. It functioned as a hotel between 1911 and 1913. It became a sanatorium in 1923. It was used as a prisoner of war in World War II. In 1942 it was used as a headquarters by the Polish Exile Forces and the Free Norwegian Forces. Duff House came into the care of the state in 1956. In 1995 it became part of the National Galleries of Scotland. Its gallery contains works by El Greco, Thomas Gainsborough, and Henry Raeburn, as well as many other fine artworks. It houses the Dunnottar Library, a collection of rare books, which can be viewed by appointment. Balmoral Castle. A manor house and residence of the British royal family in Aberdeenshire, Scotland. It is located 80 kilometres west of Aberdeen City and 14 kilometres west of the village of Balmoral. The manor and original castle were purchased from the Falkahausen family in 1852 by Prince Albert, husband of Queen Victoria. The structure was later expanded to create the current Balmoral Castle. The architect was William Smith, with Prince Albert contributing to the designs. Balmoral Castle remains a private royal residence. It was the summer residence of Queen Elizabeth II, who died there on the 8th of September 2022. The castle is a typical example of Scottish baronial architecture. The new castle was built in 1856 and the old castle was demolished shortly afterwards. Today it is a working manor house, covering 21,725 hectares, including grouse moors, woodland and farmland, herds of deer, Highland cattle, sheep and ponies. The grounds include a golf course and a restaurant for visitors. The castle is open to the public from April to late July. Aberdeen Beach. Aberdeen is famous for its 165 miles of sandy beaches. Aberdeen Beach is the most famous beach. The city's residents come here for weekends or free time to walk, have fun and swim. The beach is equipped with cafes, restaurants, a fun fair, a multiplex cinema, sports and recreation facilities. Aberdeen Beach won the Resort Seaside Award in 2013. Stonehaven Town, which is part of the city of Aberdeen, is a beautiful seaside town. The town has a famous local ice cream shop called Aunt Betty's. You can enjoy a variety of delicious ice cream here. In 2004, a fossil of the oldest known land animal, a centipede species called Pneumodesmus pneumoni, was found on Cowie Beach in Stonehaven. The fossil was around 420 million years old. Dunnottar Castle. On the northeast coast of Scotland, 3 kilometres south of Stonehaven, lies the historic Dunnottar Castle. The castle is built on 49 metres high cliffs by the sea. The castle has hosted some of the historical figures such as William Wallace and Mary Queen of Scots. In addition to being a military fortress, it also served as a royal residence and a fortress of refuge. During the Scottish War of Independence, the Scottish crown jewels were kept in this castle. Footdee Village. Footdee is a charming fishing village. It is a hidden coastal town in the city of Aberdeen. It is also called Fit Tye. The name of the village means the foot of the River Dee. It is also associated with Fittic, a local saint. This village has typical stone and granite houses and roads, as well as colourful wooden structures. Girdle Ness Lighthouse. It is located on the Girdle Ness Peninsula, south of the entrance to Aberdeen Harbour. It was engineered by Robert Stevenson in 1833. It was built by Aberdeen contractor James Gibb. The lighthouse is listed as a structure of architectural and historical interest. In 1813, after the Oscar ship with a crew of 45 was wrecked and only 2 crew members survived, the ship captains requested a lighthouse to be built on the Girdle Ness Peninsula. Aberdeen has beautiful scenic golf courses by the sea. For golf enthusiasts, there are golf courses called Royal Aberdeen and Trump International. Cairngorms National Park. It is famous for being the largest national park in the United Kingdom. The national park in the Aberdeenshire region is home to lakes, beautiful castles, and historical events. Local livestock breeders in the region raise their animals such as cows, sheep, and goats here. There are many local farms. People who volunteer in Cairngorms National Park contribute to the nature and ecosystem of the region by working on protecting, cleaning, arranging, and renewing the environment. In addition, activities such as sightseeing tours, scouting activities, and nature camps are carried out. The park is surrounded by picturesque towns and villages such as Balmoral and Braemar, decorated with authentic Scottish traditions. There is a historic railway station in Balmoral. It is the closest station to Balmoral Castle. This station used to be Queen Victoria's waiting room. The station has a public library, restaurant, and cafe. However, it was destroyed in a major fire on May 12, 2015. The original details were kept faithfully during the rebuilding. The station was awarded Project of the Year and Conservation Award at the Aberdeen Society of Architects Annual Design Awards in 2019. Duthie Park. On the south side of Aberdeen is Duthie Park, the third most visited garden in Scotland. You can explore the David Welsh Winter Gardens, one of the largest indoor gardens in Europe. You can find many exotic plants here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. If you subscribe, like and comment on videos, the YouTube algorithm will bring the videos to the top. We are waiting for your contributions, our valuable viewers. Goodbye.